Alright, we've been messing around with the Camaro here, trying to get the seat in. Come here about 4 days this week and just kind of tried seats. On top, we have the factory Camaro seats with their weirdly banana-shaped track, so it actually kind of goes up and then a little kind of plateaus as you get to the top. And then we have the Pulsar seats, which the floor was completely rusted out, but the back was sitting way too high. I asked a friend of mine who's pretty local to here if he had like a fixed bucket seat, and he's like, no, but I have a Bride Lomax, and that kind of oh, we got birds in here. Well, they'll find their way out hopefully. Maybe not. Anywho, yeah, so that kind of jogged my memory of remembering the 200SX out back, which has Bride knockoff seats. Although these are so sun faded because the car hardly gets driven, they're starting to look more like real seats as they age. And I ended up cutting out a bit of the floor support beams. It's hard to see in there. It's not too important, but yeah, to get the seat a little lower, but it just wasn't fucking feeling right. I mean, I had the right distance for my pedals, because when you're at full, brake extension or pressing, and same with the clutch pedal being depressed fully, you don't want your legs straight out or locked out, or you have that thing of an accident. I mean, your knee will go the wrong way. But hopefully I don't get into that level of accident, but I don't want that to be my natural driving position, because it's not it's not how I drive in a car. Some people have the seat rest all the way down when they're racing around. I don't understand it, but that's their life. So I found out the biggest issue I was having was actually the steering column. So this was mounted just a little bit too high and forward towards me. So it didn't matter where the seat was, I was just holding the steering wheel and it felt like it was in an awkward position. So after a lot of messing around, I got it to fit. And when I mounted the steering column, I put it right in the center between my 2 points, as that's where the factory car was. Now that I have this big trans tunnel, which I'll show you, that giant piece of 3 pieces of tube with the thing to have the drive shaft and exhaust run through, I can't actually sit all the way over to one side like you would in the Camaro originally. Although sitting in my Firebird, the steering wheel is off to one side just a little bit. So we're very close to what it is. I mean, we're only talking about half an inch, but the moving back was quite a bit, because before this and this was lined up to here. So we've moved this guy probably back about, there, we'll do the math. Cha-cha-cha. That was to the back of there. So yeah, around 75 mil. So what is that, like 3 inches? Somewhere around there. Yeah, so that's quite a bit farther back, and now it sits great. It feels like you're sitting in an actual car, not some gobbledygook someone's built in a barn, which it is. But yeah, we'll get this installed, and we'll get the seat in, and we'll get all that in, and I'll show you how it is. So just bear with me. Okay, we got the Bride seat installed. I mean, it's not completely finished, as I don't have seat belts in there, but it's in its final location. We made a adapter frame to go to the bottom of the seat, and then to where I could make mounts for this car. We actually were able to reuse the front driver or left side mount. Yeah, I mean, as I said earlier, I didn't realize the amount of fighting around I was doing was because of where the steering column placement was, not so much as the seat getting dropped down. Now, I did still have to cut out some of the floor reinforcements that I put in earlier, but it wasn't as bad as I planned. And we'll hop in the car now. So, close the door, and I mean, this is the wheel I'll probably be running, which obviously there's no spline counts, but we'll hold it there. And I got a nice elbow to steering wheel kind of holding ratio, and then over here we're not so bad on the shoulder for the shifter, and my legs at full extension. The brakes, I mean, it's a little bit long, sorry, on this one, but I'm also as far back as I can go. I mean, I can go like here, and I mean, that's not really gonna work, but but one up puts me right at that kind of proper angle. So yeah, pretty pleased with it. Put the Civic wheel back on just for reference. This wheel is a little bit bigger than the little rowdy wheel I have here, so by another inch. But yeah, I mean, we got lots of room for our legs. You know, you got room in the car. This seat's quite supported. You know, I'm trying to wiggle it, although the DJI wouldn't show if the car was wiggling anyways. But yeah, quite happy. It was a lot of messing around. I probably spent a full week kind of coming here thinking about it, not sure what to do. Luckily, like a lot of things, the problems are here and the solutions are also here. You just kind of got to look around and find stuff, because we have so much garbage here that you can reuse to build your car. And yeah, it was the 200 seats that I've had for probably 12 years now or more. Yeah, they're knockoff seats, but whatever, not a big deal to me. Yeah, so we will probably move on to installing the Mustang seat belts, because the Camaro ones probably won't work, and these ones are melted, and the Firebird ones are pretty dick too. But yeah, or I might start installing this one, and I'll maybe show you how I went about installing it and making everything, because this side is easier for one, and two, I've already done the seat frame, so I don't feel bad about making a video of how to do things, and it being a lot of troubleshooting and redoing and kind of redesigning how things work. But yeah, we're coming along. It's a long project, but we're making strides. But yeah, tell me what you want to see. Smell you later.